Okay, we are now streaming live on YouTube, so we can get started.
Good evening, everyone. So calling the meeting to order and we're going to hearing. Okay, calling the meeting to order and roll call. We go for the-
So Chair Mohanty,
Yes,
Vice Chair Sharon, Commissioner Garg,
yes.
Commissioner Kumar, Commissioner Dunphy, Commissioner members are present.
So we go to the next item. Approval of minutes. Everything was good.
So
Would you like to make a motion?
I'll second that.
Chair Mohanty makes a motion to approve the minutes, seconded by Commissioner Vice Chair Sharon.
We have to, there's a new vote on that.
Yeah.
Sorry? Oh, okay, correct. So Chair Mohanty,
Yes.
Vice Chair Sharon, Commissioner Garg, Commissioner Kumar, Commissioner Dunphy. Correction. So vote passes 5-0. Minutes are approved. Thank you.
So we go to written communications.
I think we do oral communications.
Or communications next.
Yes. Yes.
Sunshine?
Hi, I'm Rosemary, and I've been wondering about whatever happened with the issues that were brought up by the city's auditor last year. The document is actually from March of 2023, so it's pretty old. But I'm wondering what happened. You'll all have copies and records. And actually be interested in some more depth as well. Because apparently, somebody had created a new, have you created a new ID and access to our SQL server, and you know whether that was from the inside, from the outside. It says that some limitations have been put in place, but, also there is still some risk there. And then there was talk about, potentially that the city was looking into a new I'm guessing that did not happen. But anyway, if y'all agendize this and have it as item for next week as a, or maybe you had it before and I missed it. Because I think it would be good for the public to understand, what is going on with the security of our IT. So that's why I figured, but I have to notice when you just come in and say hello. So you have all the issues that were brought up and, the other thing that you want to just at the agenda, that we're talking about later, Jason, there weren't any agenda, there weren't any proposal, and finding any proposals, was that I looked at the agenda and else, but I don't know what's going on, what y'all are you looking at, so just that would be nice to see. But anyway, thank you. And I have a.
Yes, we can discuss.
Thank you, Rhoda. Well, let's go through the agenda. Yeah, so oral communication is like public comment, right? So we'll take the comments and then we can,
You can provide a sort of a brief response, but we
Yeah.
can discuss this matter without agendizing it. If you'd like to agendize it, you can do that as the chair.
So that's my
But
ask.
can we add this in the next agenda? That-
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
we can
next
add.
week. So we have time to look at it. We can add to next week's agenda.
Right, thank you.
Next meeting.
Next
So-
meeting, next meeting.
Yes, so the next meeting will be the first week of July.
Yeah, and I think you should, sort of, see what, are the maybe this body has specific, or maybe it was been internally staffed, but I think it's big for us.
And this is just to clarify.
right, we can also, I can also follow up with you afterwards of the meeting and send you an email and information.
Oh, perfect, thank you so much.
And
Okay.
just to clarify, this is the same topic, we received an email from my staff, it's the same topic.
Yeah. It's the same.
This is, I emailed.
Yeah, I saw.
I'll follow up with you.
Yeah, so we
Now,
see you in July.
Can you copy to all the commissioners when you send the response or how is it?
No.
No, I don't think
So yeah, usually we communicate directly, but we can provide Bob an update.
Okay. No, especially for you and I, because I read the email, we need some time to understand.
I think let's review first.
I'm not in a position to comment in this.
Right. So we accept public comment and, you have, discussion later on.
Your question was also, can we reply?
No, can Tommy reply when he makes the response?
Tommy can send to tech commission, but we cannot reply to tech.
Right, I understand that one.
Yeah, so I can send an update to,
And you can BCC us.
yeah, BC, so that way it's just, one way.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
I missed her name, what's her name?
Rhoda Fry.
Right.
I should have recommended her. She's one of our more active residents.
I recognize the name. I never met her.
Looks like
Look, I've met her other-
Okay, so we are asked,
Yes, this
written
was,
communications.
I believe this audit actions closed by staff, but I can't speak for them.
Yeah, it was likely a city council. I can get back to commission about that.
So we go on to, written communications. Which is what I gave.
No, we
No,
don't do
there's another
others
design.
on page 11 and so on. So what, page 11? I would swear we got another one,
Right.
another request for.
There were two
internship.
requests.
Yeah, that was
We
from
thought maybe that
Harish.
didn't come in time.
Right, I think that was more of a, operational question. It was looking for a, position at the city, right? So it may not be out of the purview.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
So those
For unpaid like internships, so.
yeah, we are not in a position to host that.
Right. So I replied to that person separately.
Okay, awesome.
Tommy and I talked about it, about Harish.
Oh, good.
So,
What was the conclusion of this one?
Harsha, he wants to support cyber security program. Including
Support and-
if we do a seminar or any education,
Okay, as a volunteer.
like as a volunteer.
Okay. I mean, we can just keep it in mind and we don't know whether we are going to have any such event.
Right, it's gonna be up to the chair and the group, that's an item to be put on next agenda for
We
discussion.
may, because according to Tommy, and we'll give an update, all the what items for this year has not been approved.
There is a difference. The other email was unpaid volunteering. This email I see, the way I read it is formal internship. That is how I did it. The second email was like.
Yeah, I also thought this guy wanted an internship.
Internship. And And this guy doesn't say like unpaid, whereas the second email said unpaid, no, which is more like volunteer.
Yeah.
But this looks like a formal request.
Right, I think it looks like it's for the cybersecurity related, like kind of like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
last year.
I replied to him and said, if you have something you can help. He never talked about money. I think he's, yeah,
Who, this person, the Harsha?
Harsa.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So
Formally, like in paid internship and unpaid volunteering are different.
So the question is, do we plan to have a cybersecurity seminar?
It probably makes sense, yeah.
It makes sense, right?
Yes.
Shall we have that discussion? Later?
But it's not on the agenda.
Yeah, it's not on the agenda.
Yeah.
Can we ask another question? Do we have a paid internship program? That's it, that's it.
Not to my knowledge.
we have a part-time position, although it's, that, and there are potential internship opportunities. So with the other email that I follow up separately. For this,
Paid internship.
well, there's no paid internship, there's unpaid and there's a part-time position.
Part-time is paid.
Yes, that's correct. So there's no vacancies right now at the moment for that.
It's all the budget cuts and so on.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So
Okay.
as a chair, you can propose the agenda item.
Yeah, yeah. Let's add the cybersecurity discussion.
Yeah, so
I also, I don't know whether it's called proposed motion or not. I'd also like to recommend that we engage the team commission on such initiatives and see if they can help us. Instead of just reaching out to one per individual.
Yes, we can have a discussion on that.
So perhaps we should talk about that in the later when we future agenda setting, like proposing, let's stay on, I guess, finish up written communications and stay on agenda here.
That covers all the written communications, right?
So
Yes.
You will go to the next slide, John. New business.
So we can go ahead.
Have an update, right?
I have a brief update. So item 3 is provide an update on proposed amendments to the TIC Cupertino Municipal Code, chapter 2.74. So unfortunately, I don't have any draft. What I do have is an update on, so based on our past discussions, there are, as we know, language in the Muni code that needs to be updated, right? There's references, the last update was 2005. So a while back ago. So right now we're working closely with the city attorney's office, city manager's office, and kind of the overall city strategy. We have to coordinate and make sure we're consistent in changes. So there'll be more further updates coming along soon. So I don't have anything specific I can present now, but we will be addressing a lot of the issues that were discussed previously, such as, kind of the, I guess, responsibilities of TIC and reviewing certain items and what your purview is. So that's all being discussed. But again, we had to make sure whatever changes we do, it kind of falls in line with the other commissions. So there's plenty of other commissions, they may have outdated code that needs to be updated as well. So we want to make sure if there are kind of similar language, or we want to make sure it's consistent, basically. So
So do we give updates, meaning inputs?
So the more information come right now, that's pretty much the update where we're working closely with other departments to kind of formulate a strategy and how to best tackle that. That may or may not include, more certain participation or input, but I don't have any information about that yet. So just more, it's being discussed internally, and we'll have more updates coming soon. So.
Who's responsible for modifying the.
So usually I believe the city manager, city attorney's office, there was a bunch of changes to Muni code they present to council. So that we want to make sure we kind of loop it all as one item, right, when we're ready to present. But of course, there will be, discussions potentially beforehand. So instead of, commissions doing separate, meetings and council items, we're trying to consolidate, make sure we're, again, consistent before we kind of adopt anything.
So the city manager and that working together.
Right. We're working internally, and then I'm hoping to have an update.
And it
Sure.
will be presented at the city council meeting for approval.
That's exactly because the city council needs to be ultimately the final approval, right, of any changes, right?
Do we have any ETA on this?
Um,
Are we supposed to see the draft?
before it is presented.
It was my understanding that at this meeting, we would, look at the old meeting code and as a group, make recommendations on the changes that would go into the draft you were making.
Right, so again, so we're kind of holding off that on that moment because from the direction from the city manager, city attorneys, they're kind of developing a little bit more criteria and kind of how we want to facilitate this, right? Versus just us talking about, it. They want to make sure it's consistent again with commissions and how they take feedback and comments on that before, and then we'll have guidelines.
It's coming from the city.
And then we will.
And then we'll provide.
Right, so yeah,
We can.
so I'll have further updates in a.
I'd like to highlight the importance of this topic and the urgency of this topic. It is also part of the city ethics and governance process. 5 of us are sitting here, and there is a city code which defines our roles and responsibility. And that doesn't reflect our roles and responsibility accurately.
Yeah.
So we acknowledged in the last meeting that the formal city code was last updated 2005. And it doesn't reflect our responsibility as commissioner. For the last 20 years, it has not been. So I would like to highlight the importance, and I'd like to say that this is a key issue in our city governance process and the ethics process. We cannot operate when our responsibilities are not formally defined.
It may not reflect the current situation,
Correct.
Right.
It is not updated.
but at that time,
At that time, 2005.
2005.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah. The state of technology is
So
so
if I
different.
can highlight the importance and need for urgency in this matter.
Right, yeah, so I know the different on this, so there's gonna be internal discussion soon to kind of help move this along. Again, I don't have a specific ETA, but it's in the works it is a goal to kind of get all this updated since, we're not the only commission that has eventually outdated language from,
But if you can request the city manager.
Sure.
Our request that we want to highlight the urgency on this matter.
Okay.
So that this work will be prioritized.
We consider a special meeting or if it
We should.
helps turn around the timeline.
If we need to meet, but
But first,
Once I get further updates, I can advise the commission and we can kind of decide next steps from there. Yeah.
we need a special.
So once I get an update on the schedule and the pieces, then,
How busy our schedule.
right.
Thank you for.
I will report back.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay,
Okay.
old business.
So I guess that's me too. Item number
Let's provide update on city work program. And the meeting schedule and work plan. So city work program, we had proposed 2 items. If we have in this,
We had 3.
There's 2. So there may not be any,
improve city governance, and then we had
EIP includes city government.
educational for camera registry for private cameras. of The home.
That should be for us.
so right, so I don't, so I can provide like a brief update on the April 3rd council meeting, city council kind of reviewed the city work program. There was a staff report that kind of highlighted, let me, that'd be best if I can bring up the staff report here. Sorry about that. Let me. So you guys can see this. So here, so on April 3rd council meeting, they had talked about, all the work program items, they had to fall under one of 5 council goals, that, as you know, have timelines that are finite in nature, expectation completion within the next 2 fiscal years, be unique to the work program and not duplicated in, other funded efforts and, be large, it has to be large, significant projects that are not operational in nature and be considered a budget and staff capacity. So from the, council, they had, so there was in the kind of in discussion with, staff and our colleagues in the city manager's office, this was not approved, unfortunately. So right now I'll show you the first one, study to improve city governance using AI. And right now, basically, the staff had recommended that to not add it due to budgetary constraints because it would be an actual study, maybe budget involved. And also the main thing is there's kind of scarcity of reference cases. Right now, a lot of our peers at our agencies, they're still developing their AI policy, right? So there's not much I guess, reference cases. So I think the recommendation is to kind of,
Our own reference by becoming the models for other cities.
right, but then that also that's the previous were in terms of staff resources and budget, right? And in commissioning that study. So I think the recommendation from staff is to kind of monitor the landscape. Maybe that's something we can, potentially the commission can propose at a future date once more time has passed. As I mentioned, a lot of agencies, they're still working on their AI policy. There's not too many use cases, reference cases of, what is, the best practice and uses. So that's kind of the recommendation. The second one. So, an educational campaign camera registry program. So there was a recommendation not to add it because it's currently being worked on the license plate reader. So a little bit more details about that's a little bit related to that. So there was let me show you Public Safety Commission. The LPR program, the license plate reader, deploy city-owned license plate readers and implement policies to allow neighborhood-owned ones. So it's item in progress, currently in progress. It's on the city council work program. So it's a little bit overlap, but and part of the reason why staff did not recommend. Of course, staff time resource of doing an actual awareness campaign. So for myself, I talked to Tom Chin, our emergency room manager, and I think we can accomplish this in a different way where it's kind of social media push out through all our channels and kind of educating and reminding residents about this program to sign up. So may not necessarily need a full-blown campaign, which of course will require more staff time, resource, budget versus just simple social media push
I
out.
think social media and maybe a blurb on the radio,
Right.
main thrust of the act, of the act.
Especially the process, right?
Maybe-
How they would register, that would be important.
Maybe a couple flyers at City Hall.
Exactly. So I think that might be more appropriate for this kind of versus like an actual work program. And then again, what I mentioned earlier with this council's direction, it has to be like a significant project, right?
Okay.
This is kind of, we can
More operational.
easily advertise on different channels and kind of see how that goes.
Newsletters, right, sometimes.
Exactly. So potentially that could be something,
Inside.
yeah, like maybe the Scene magazine or one of the other push outs we have right on the
There is
website.
a magazine, but there are also
Yeah.
individual letters who come out, right, for different.
Right, exactly.
There's a City of Cupertino publication that
Scene
comes up.
magazine.
Yeah, the Scene magazine. So potentially we can, I can bring back to staff and see.
You can add a blurb in there.
Right, I can, update on the kind of, confirm like the best avenues to push all that out, right? So that might be an easy, cost-effective way, right? Because just,
Sit into your operation.
There are also block leaders meeting for different blocks,
Oh,
right? So that will be because the block leaders are for separate of the neighborhoods. And they get the sheriffs and all that, right? I don't know if you go to those. I know I live by Work Park, overlooking the Work Park, and we have those, I can see.
Do we already have a mechanism where we can register our camera?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's
already there.
This is just publicizing.
you can make sure residents,
Hey, where is that existing program? Is it in the?
there's a county sheriff, yeah, the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office.
But we don't have any mention of that in the city website, do we?
Offhand, I'm not sure if it's on the website, but again, what we're talking about, that we can advertise.
Yes, sheriff website has.
Yeah, sheriff, it's on the sheriff's website, it's their program. So,
Maybe part of this campaign, we could include something on.
right. So we have a good relationship with the county sheriff's office through, Tom Chim, our emergency manager. We can work with them to kind of push out everything.
With the sheriff- with the-
Sheriff's office, yeah. Yeah, since it's their program, right, the registry program, we can work with them to make sure it's advertised, pushed out in all different mediums, and I think that would be the most effective way and, without using budget.
A lot more people will be deactivated. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I think we'll be happy if we tweet a link, maybe put a blurb up on the,
Right.
in the little news
Many
section.
channels.
And maybe stick a QR code in the scene and that would kind of cover it.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the idea, because although this is there, and this is my first-hand experience, although it is there on the sheriff website, people are not aware of that until and unless something happens in
Yes.
and sheriff comes and asks who has got cameras. And reality is probably 25 to 50% of the home have got cameras now.
Yeah.
in our neighborhood. So everything is covered. So if something happens, you reach out like who has got cameras and seen.
People are getting more sensitized by the day. I don't know if you saw next door.
Yeah,
They were stealing a car.
Yeah.
I think it was like a BMW or something, expensive car. And the homeowners, they saw on the camera that they are stealing it. And they were kind of, turn on the lights and all, and these guys were screaming, hey, don't come out, we have guns and we are going to shoot you down. And after all, it's just a car. Your life is far more important. This is what the robots were saying. You read that?
No, I didn't read.
Yeah. The
So,
whole thing is in the, they put the whole video.
so I guess I just want to summarize.
Yeah, let's get.
Yeah, but let's refocus.
Yeah, so just, that's the extent of my updates for a city council work program, what happened to 2 items, why,
Yeah.
results in that way. So just kind of.
So basically, we should take a look at it without any incurring any budget what we can do.
Right, like I think,
Budget.
yeah, I think. that-
Any ask concurs.
Right. Anytime you like ask for like commission a study or anything, that could be require either staff time or consultant and, right now it'd be challenging, right?
The tweet requires staff time, but hopefully.
Yeah, it's minimal though, right? Compared to,
Ask, yeah.
right, more plausible.
Recommendation of being on the website
Yeah.
and all that also needs budget.
Well, it needs staff time.
Staff time, right? But that's minimal
Staff time.
versus like you're talking about doing an entire educational awareness campaign, right? That's you do more planning involved, with a lot more staff time, may require other resources, right?
They have overstated the scope, or the required scope of the campaign required to satisfy.
Right, so I think that's why, it makes things more feasible to just do the social media push out with our partners, and that way that's kind of minimal staff time, right? Versus an entire, program or campaign trying to, and then, doing another agency's,
Instead of putting, it's just like a couple of hours of somebody's.
right, yeah, versus trying to plan.
Because there was big budget cuts and far less people, so.
Which is right, maybe we overstated it. So when it was discussed, we thought like we are doing a campaign, this kind of.
Right, again, remind you, the city work programs, these are supposed to be, significant, large projects, and I don't think this technically qualifies, right? If we can accomplish this with just a push out.
This one doesn't require that much of effort, so I think.
I think we can handle that, yeah.
And even without being a work program.
Yeah, I don't think it necessitates, based on what we're talking about, it's not really considered work program because it's not like a huge long-term program, right? Something we
We
can.
can still do it without.
Right, and then minimal staff time, right? This can be, we can be learning, right? We can do it every so often, ongoing.
What program means it's officially authorized, but we can still.
Exactly, and usually there's like some budget involved,
Yeah.
planning, so it's kind of the scope of it is much larger, right? Versus this is just more of like a,
Budget assigned.
right.
Okay. The next
So
slide.
we covered those two.
That is good. That's.
So next is item number 5.
Peak 2024.
Do we do anything on the AI side? I understand that.
No, that was not approved.
That is not approved, but do we currently do anything?
So if it interests the commission, maybe a potential proposal to, I know there's been presentations, I believe, done in the past. So we could potentially ask our, some of our teammates to do maybe an updated presentation. Right, just kind of see what the city is up to. But again, based on like what past information we provided, so we're still kind of, experimenting, learning with AI, but of course, because of the budget, we're kind of streamlining or reduce the amount of effort on that. But there are potential updates we can provide, and just at least so the commission's updated on at least what staff's working on. So that's definitely something, maybe an item we can, your discretion to add and request again, an update of some kind, so.
City of San Jose is applying some of these AI tools to identify, for example, even like potholes, the road and those kind of things. Yeah, yeah, it's a road program, it's.
A lot of cities are doing a lot of.
Yeah, so it's not that what we are going to do. Or we need to do the study, we already know what can be done. And then in addition to that, what else we can.
So maybe make a request to have a readout what has city done till now on the AI initiative? What is the plan? Even though that is not, then can we request to have some kind of presentation on that topic?
I will bring that back to staff. I know this was kind of requested before, but I think due to the kind of the resource and budget challenges, right? So that kind of, held off a little bit, but let me double check.
No, I'm requesting only the readout, what has happened in the past. So we are not requesting anything new.
That's what Tommy is implying, that this question has been asked in the past. And I don't think, that was about 6 months ago when we first time.
Right, and I think there's been a little bit more progress since then, so maybe now may be more appropriate time to have that request go through again. We can kind of bring back something. I think at the time, there wasn't really anything substantial that we could report back on, and also based on the staff time resources, right? That's not something feasible, I would say at that time, but now we can definitely put that request in again, and I can bring back and see if there is any movement on those teams who are involved in those areas, right? Can report back what the city is doing and kind of help the commission, maybe give some ideas and kind of update.
Yeah. We also had talked about the fiscal strategy to help use AI for the fiscal strategy. That can.
Well, that was the proposed work program.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for fiscal.
To improve fiscal strategy.
I don't recall.
I don't know if that was related in the work program or was that separate item?
Yeah, separated.
So I think what's best is let me bring up this request again, and now that, perhaps things have changed, right? I can bring something back. So I'll make a note of that.
Some of these, like you said, it doesn't have to be official city projects, but we can still do it. As long as it, you're not making.
No, anything we do as a city, it will be official. Key thing is whether it's a new work program or it is just a routine operational activity.
Right, like I know, like staff are using AI to
Routine, it will fall.
emails and things like that, right? Yeah, I mean, there's we're still testing, right? Like using that for helping, clean up like staff reports or emails or other documents, but I'll have to come back and see any updates on any basic usage, right? Or something.
In the mayor's meeting, when she was asking what all you can do, I said, I can use from the AI to improve fiscal strategy, given that, so financial issues, budgets and stuff. And Sheila Mohan was very excited. She was like, yeah, I think that you should do that, take that up.
There was one other item
We
that
talked
was
about-
discussed in the past about driverless
You
car.
mentioned it as
Try.
a potential application, but I don't think we discussed it yet.
So
Okay.
So, I mean, that could also be agenda item, I guess, if you request for a feature, or I can also as well bring back to staff. So, but let me bring back to staff and find out, and I can update the commission.
It's operational, if we can.
Yeah, operational, because a lot of these are operational. And I can update you later on what's possible, right?
What we proposed, but didn't get approved, just for awareness.
Right, okay.
Like he's talking about driverless car, did we ever try? I also read somewhere in the minutes of meeting that we were using ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, we were trying, but I don't know where are we.
Yeah, so let me come back and then we'll see if we can provide some kind of
Yeah,
update.
last year we had talked about driverless cars. We can go and. That's something.
What was the objective of that one? Can
Was
you
to
remind?
make Hopper driverless.
Like, sorry, say that again.
I think the objections when we were discussing that was with regard to Hopper.
Yeah, to give people rights and stuff like that.
driverless hopper.
No,
What.
just to allow, city
Yeah.
allows them to.
Waymo and then Jukes.
Jukes, yeah.
Right, so when they were doing trials, it was like, everybody can get a free ride on the city limits. And that's the way they get the trialing to get certification, to get approved in the city.
Mhm.
Right now, I mean, I don't know, do we want to take this up as an agenda item?
Yeah, I was thinking if there's, further discussion, maybe good for next, future.
Next, yeah, we can put, activities we can pursue.
Sure. Should we save all those for the future agenda setting?
Yeah, we talked about
Probably
it more
we
so.
can leave it.
I think especially for that, we first need to get update like what has happened in the past.
Yeah, I think that might be more, exactly, before setting an actual agenda, let me, get staff update first. Right,
No, I don't want to talk new items if it has already happened in the past.
right. So I'll come back with staff update.
Just to, kick the tires, I did text the CEO of one of the co-CEOs, Dimitri Torgo. They have two of them. And, but later I found out he's on the R&D side, so he said it's not my thing. He's the co-CEO. Business.
So are we, going over item number 5 now?
Schedule and work plan. Next meeting is July meeting, we're going to make the
Then there's the September meeting, right? We have a September. Meeting.
Right, it's first Wednesday every 2 months.
July 3rd.
So,
We occasionally reschedule the July 3rd meeting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Unfortunately, I am not available July 10th this year. I have semi-con up in the city to just deal with, so.
oh, conference.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if we do want to talk about any scheduling July 3rd, I am not available July 10th, but
Oh, okay. Semicon is on July 10th.
Can we do
well,
one week early?
this is after the 11th.
We can do it 1 week later.
1 week later, she's not available.
No,
What about 1 week?
Or we could do
July
it on the
17th.
2nd. We could do it on July
Our
2nd.
second, which is Tuesday.
I mean, if we want to avoid that whole week.
Yeah. Second is good.
yeah,
So I will have to double check. So keep in mind, all the commission meetings will be using this room. So if there's
Yeah.
no commission meeting at that time, it won't be available. So I will,
Can you propose few days?
July 3rd,
I'll have to look at the, see what's available.
because July 4th is there.
Yeah, next time.
So I'll have to get back to you on seeing what potential dates there are.
Okay.
We have a little bit of time, but,
I have an issue with September 4th meeting.
okay.
I'll be traveling during that time. I'll be out of the country.
How long are you on?
I'm back on the 10th. So I'm available for the 11th.
Yeah, as we get closer.
Yeah, so what,
No, it's too far out.
Yeah,
Okay, so are we talking about moving July? What day are we talking about moving July to?
Let's shoot for July 1st.
Tom will get back to us.
yeah, I'll have to get back to you, but I guess we can suggest certain days. Yeah, so what I think was probably best, so I can double check availability, get back to the group on what days are available and then,
We can decide.
kind of decide.
Cancel and reschedule the special meeting anyway.
Right.
I feel like, I mean, if you want to hold the meeting on the 10th, as a special meeting without me, that's fine with me, but Whatever's most
July
convenient.
1st, at least we can give few dates to.
Yeah, like, let's.
Yeah, so the other caveat here is because these rooms are rentable by the public, so there's not, it's not just other commission meetings, it could be things, so we can kind of move things around. So I have to double check and see what are the actual dates and if we can move other meetings, right, or events
And
to
you can
happen.
send out an email and.
Exactly, I can send, and then I just make a confirmation individually, I can check in with you, make sure, those dates are good and kind of go from there.
Third also.
Yeah, I'm not hooked on the third. but-
Yeah, I'm good with third also, because we don't have any
part,
part.
for this.
I can't say it right now.
Let me get back to the group about dates, maybe that'll be helpful for everyone, and what the options.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with start like your first. How about you?
I think I'm okay on the third.
And you are also. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with the
So
third.
then let's not change it. What is the need to change it? And Mukesh will see your situation and then.
Yeah, yeah, we can just keep it for
If you're
now.
okay. with it.
Yeah,
So we're
let's
leaving
just
it.
keep it third.
Yeah, let's keep it third.
Just confirming what day that is.
Yeah, this July 4th
It's
is.
the current schedule of the meeting.
Okay.
Let's not change it.
Okay.
I think it's already.
Yes.
Start doing it this middle of the week.
It's one of the 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Monday, Friday,
Darn, we only get the 4th off from work. If you want the 5th, you can do. Right, wait.
Okay. No, the other one is mayor's meeting, right?
Yeah.
Oh, May, I was going to attend and then 10th and 11th, July 10 and July 11. But July 10th, you are saying you will be busy, right?
Oh, crap. Yeah, no, I can't do the test.
So yes, meeting is attended by what?
No, one of us has to go.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go on May 8th and.
Yeah, you can go on this one then.
Okay,
You can swap.
all right, it's lost.
So, Tommy, Emma will go on May 8th and then July 10th.
Okay, got it. Commissioner Sherman will attend the May 8th mayor's meeting and Chair Mojave will be on the July 10th one.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a good point. I will not be available.
Yes.
I have to, walk some executives around a ballroom for a couple
What is
hours.
the conference?
Yeah, so my sponsor, we do our annual like supplier meetings during that week.
Oh my
So-
God, yeah.
Mhm. Well, it's not a privilege to meet these folks.
So Tommy, what
I don't have
happens
to
if
go.
both chair, vice chair cannot attend then?
Well, I mean, one of you is supposed to be able to make.
I assume in extremis, but I think that
In that-
the idea is we have enough notice.
No, sir.
One,
Right.
but like,
One of
if
you
you're
is
on your
preferred.
way to the meeting and you get into a car crash, like, things happen, but.
Chair and vice chair.
Right, but usually there's notice you.
But in case, for whatever reason, if none of you can attend, then you can nominate a.
Somebody, okay.
Yeah, I mean, the chair, you can potentially make that decision.
That's what we decided,
Earlier,
yeah, sometime last year.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Night is the same time. Same time.
Yes, so all the meetings were 7 o'clock. Again, reminder will be in this room. For the time being.
This,
What's the next item?
6.
Well, six.
The seventh.
Finished seven. Who attended? Mayor's meeting.
Oh, yeah, I did. So let me, what was discussed, it's almost 2 months.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, I made some notes.
Oh, did you make a note, problem?
Yeah. So this is starting fall each year is to present the accomplishments of the commission to the whole council.
Yeah, that was discussed in the previous meetings too.
Okay. And, it's on March 20.
Okay.
They mentioned, and, the new commissioners are extended to 5 years. So which will be the two of you report.
And what you guys,
It stayed at 4 years.
So-
That was.
and what is the reason?
They're going to every other year commissioner appointments,
Yeah.
so they want everyone in the odd years for their term to expire.
And, housing commission focus on below market rate housing. City council, that was a directive from them to, housing commission. David Wang presented on art and culture. Artist award was held in Cupertino City Hall, Kaleidoscope Dreams. So that was a human sculpture with butterflies flying around it. This is something in Kaleidoscope of Dreams will be built on Berry Avenue.
Where is it? Media.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So maybe there is a wall or something on the beach. The human sculpture with it's a sculpture with butterflies flying around. And
There's already like 3 or 4 sculptures over there, so I'm assuming it's.
one, yeah. And there will be benches around it, so it can serve as a meeting place for that. And then Bob Toda, public secretary. They gave a link. And that gives a dashboard, it has all the hazards listed on it. And, I can send this link to Tommy and he can send it out.
Okay.
Yeah, but, if you want to write down, I can also read it right now.
The link is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can send the link out.
Rena Shah Team Commission. They are doing some year-round team volunteer programs. And this one is over, Big Bunny event on March 30th. Big Bunny event.
What is that?
It's a fun run.
It's 5K run.
Oh, okay.
Run,
It has already happened, huh?
Yeah, March 30th.
Oh,
March 30th.
yeah, yes, it's already happened.
Jennifer Sherin, chair park and recs.
It does.
Yeah, see what,
So your mom is there?
um,
She's in Parkin.
Yeah, she's the chair.
chair. Applications to support projects around Cupertino, max money they can get is, 40K for a project. Total budget they have is 32.5K. The parks and recs has the budget for 32.5.
Yeah, and that's already closed. I think the lead,
You already-
Little League ended up with a fair share of money.
This is for sports.
They are replacing the scoreboard in Wilson Park,
Okay.
because it's like 30 years old and
That's it.
almost electrocuted someone last year, so they're shocked, not killed,
Yeah,
but, so I think that, and the city will part own it, so it's a good deal.
Yeah. So, and also the memorial park design is approved and, we lose one tennis court and it will be converted to ball court. I think I read that this one is like $30 million or something, budget 35.
It's not just for the pickleball court, to be clear.
No, no,
They're
no.
doing the whole thing.
For the,
They're
for
all,
people, I was saying that they lose one tennis, I mean,
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah,
design. But it's like 35 million or something. right?
Oh, just for this park memorial?
Yeah. But we don't have money, so it's not funded.
Yeah. I mean, I was just wondering
Where does the money come from? Yeah.
where does the money come from?
Bike and Ped Commission, Chair Harvey Marcy. Vision Zero for zero traffic issues. That's another one which came out of peak and then went there. So it's before, okay.
Yeah.
And
Which one?
the Vision Zero.
Vision Zero.
Yeah. And then artistic bike racks on major streets and parks. So Jollyman Park will have one, for example. The one on Sterling.
Mhm. What will it have?
Artistic bike rack.
Have you seen the
Okay.
designs? They're actually.
To give some personality. And then Bollinger traffic separate issues from 2 lanes in one lane in each direction.
Yeah, they're just a study. They're not actually, have not actually.
Yeah, means I read about it.
Redesign was also there.
It's very big budget too. The thing is, I take that road sometimes and you are stuck.
Where on Bollinger?
Bollinger, you live there, right?
Yeah, so.
So Bollinger will go from 2 lanes to 1 lane on each direction.
Then it will be,
Maybe they are doing a study to determine whether or not it's a good idea.
Yeah. That,
Why 2 lanes to 1?
Because people go like 45 on that road and it's not safe.
yeah, but the thing is right now, if you go in the morning or evening, there are like 30 cars, 50
Yeah,
cars.
especially around Hyde
Yeah.
Middle School, there's a huge backup.
No, Lawrence and,
Yeah.
yeah, all of those in the morning and evening during the traffic hours. Now it will be not moved, it will take like 20 minutes just to go there. So,
Yeah.
So that's why they're doing the study.
yeah, yeah. And Archana Library Commission, poetry event, there will be a poetry event covering all languages. English, Mandarin, Hindi, and C. Korean. You probably know, though you didn't go to that. And then poetry on demand, and then stories. They will do some storytelling for kids. The library. Lot of libraries have this storytelling, right? David planning hotel on Oak Road across from main entrance of Apple Park. And so there is a couple of hotels there, right? And so this will be another one. And then Goodyear Hotel at Comstead Shopping Center, 280 and Ganya.
oh, okay. It is approved?
Yeah. 280 and Ganya. Oh,
Yeah, the other side, old Cupertino Hotel.
right.
Cupertino Inn.
Cupertino Inn.
Inn used to be.
Yes. Yeah.
Now there's hotel.
Yeah, there will be another hotel there,
Where the Goodyear is.
next,
Yeah.
yeah.
So basically next to Safeway.
Next to self.
Next
In
to
the same
Safeway.
complex.
Yes. Yeah, Apple needs all the details. And yeah, those are all the.
The city will need some income too. So I guess
Right.
that is
Yeah,
more,
it's-
bigger motivation.
Huge deficits. Then I talked about the T commission, our work items are trying to sort of support and she was asking what else we can do. I said, what fiscal strategy? And she was excited about that, cyber security seminar. That's good. And then I addressed all the things we have done in the past. There are traffic signaling, air traffic, air control sensors and systems.
Do we have the final outcome of that study, the adaptive traffic signaling?
We had,
Because it
yeah,
was
we
going
put
on.
some, right.
So-
We'll probably,
So
Tommy,
we
you can
need
get
an
from-
update, probably in future meeting, probably we can put it on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to a future agenda setting now, so we can probably list out all the items that you.
So we go to the next item.
Oh, it's usually been getting
No,
not
yeah.
actually on the agenda.
No agenda for agenda setting.
Right, yeah. So
It doesn't get a number. It's on the actual agenda.
Yes, yeah. It's part of the agenda.
All right, future agenda setting.
So we can talk about the cyber security seminar, right?
What is the 8th item? Receive commissioner's report?
That's what I get.
No.
Oh,
that
that-
was-
No, that was the 7th.
Right, that's the.
Oh, sorry, we're
Commissioner
going.
meeting. Each of the commissioner, if they went on any
Any new
conference or
information.
anything,
Okay.
they can, or if they see something major technological. They want to talk about.
Okay.
I went to with GTC. GTC is the GPU technology conference.
Yeah, it's fine. San Francisco, right?
No, right here in San Jose. And it was, and this is from my company, so that's why
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. It was quite fascinating, means all kinds of things, what we can expect. It may not be related to city, but technology wise, yes, it was fascinating.
Fascinating.
What kind of robots you can anticipate in future, and you can think of robots doing something even for city kind of situation.
Mhm.
But definitely, if we can apply AI in case of road safety and those kind of things, we should apply.
Yeah, no, robots are now very advanced. We can receptionists and Japan, they're using it for everything,
A lot of things,
a
yeah.
lot of things.
It was interesting.
Yeah, so that's kind
And it
of,
was very popular too.
They're extremely popular.
Very cool.
yeah. A lot of people don't realize this. It's going to impact a lot of jobs and it hasn't.
Let's have that discussion separately.
Separately, yeah.
So I made a presentation at Google Next. That is also, yeah. It's a Google Cloud conference. Yeah, same everywhere. Talking about the.
Yeah.
There was a session, very interesting session where I attended
Mhm.
the session because of this role. And the session was AI in government services. And Google executives, a couple of vice presidents were talking about like how they are collaborating with government, cities, those kind of stuff.
Yeah, they have a big government program.
They have got a very
Microsoft has even a bigger one. And they came and presented to us, right? Microsoft and Google. They did
and they were
present
also talking about like some kind of like funding.
Yeah.
Like they fund the city. City doesn't have to.
we can get them to present again. We have to see that we all can learn and then recommend.
That would be interesting, actually, if we invite them back and if they have something new to offer,
Yeah.
right? Means
Because that is good for them. That is like that comes from their kind of marketing budget.
Yes.
So,
no, it is free to us. As far as city is concerned, city will
It's
not be
free.
spending
Yeah,
anything.
it is.
It brings some knowledge to us, and then we can see how city can benefit from that knowledge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we are not costing anything to city, it's just updating our knowledge.
Yeah.
And
Maybe this is.
That's the presentation. He's talking about if there's any program, they can even fund the city for that.
Yeah,
program.
that's the next step. That's the next step.
But last time we tried that. In fact, I was trying to get funding from Google, Microsoft, Amazon, AT&T, Verizon, all of them. But for the things we were doing like adaptive traffic signaling and air quality sensors, those are not the kind of things where they saw huge opportunities for. But for them to fund something, they can do it for city and then showcase it to the rest of the world, right? So these did not fall into that category.
So
We started out with big vision, but when we presented, went to the work items, went to the city council, chop, and then it came down to the small items.
Yeah. Shall we?
So
I think we should also try something like that because I spoke to a few people at the high level and they were saying that this is part of their corporate social responsibility program. They fund it and marketing leverages it. Google also get advantage. So city gets free work and Google.
Yeah, but that has to,
publicity but they call it CSR.
that's what we are trying.
Yeah.
But that has to fall into their, like, for Microsoft. If it's a big Azure deployment with lots of IoT around it, then it falls into their, sweet spot. So we didn't fall into that category.
So they always see how they are going to benefit from that,
Yeah,
right? And there was no common.
Yeah.
Because they will probably ask city to authorize them to use that into their marketing and stuff.
By the way,
No,
shall
that
we-
comes later.
Shall we move to the?
Yeah, let's go to. the
Okay.
next.
Okay.
Okay, so we covered, so we will cover the cyber security plan, and then we are going to cover some of
So
the.
just confirming we're finished with number 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Discuss the cyber security education, and then, other projects we can pursue that does not.
Update on the
AI.
driverless car one.
That will be part of the AI.
So.
What was that in the past?
There is no,
That's no update. That's not a item that the city was working on.
no, we did not do anything on there.
Yeah.
But we can discuss projects and then update on AI that city is working.
So discuss the cybersecurity, education event, update on AI,
That city is.
And then obviously the community code.
right? Yeah.
And then any projects that we can,
Review the municipal.
small stuff that is not big city work.
Do we need to agendize those things? We're probably fine with you just emailing her.
You only got down for that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be included in the minutes, right? So I'll follow up with her and then we can kind of, I guess, determine at that point if that's something we can.
You can recommend it.
Yeah, depending what, yeah, once we can be able to have time to review,
I'm good either way.
we can recommend if that should be agendized.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
So we noted on 3 agenda. This is cyber.
Cybersecurity, update an AI muni code, correct?
So possible cybersecurity forum / educate seminar, the AI and the.
Muni code. Did you, I'm sorry, Chairman Hanji, did you say you want a discussion about driverless cars or was that?
Those will fall under other projects we do. That does not need a big approval from city. They are not big work.
So did you want that as agenda?
Yes,
Sort
yes,
of
We can put it as-
brainstorming for-
Okay, brainstorming projects.
Brainstorm affairs, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Within parentheses, you can put driverless cars and so.
Because right now, I don't see any project that is
Yes,
being
the
pursued by
TID commission
us.
does not have any active projects.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that could be an item.
So we need to figure it out.
No, we can get, and other like education on government programs by Magnificent Seven company, so. we can get them.
I mean, I really think that clarifying the community code so we understand our actual roles and responsibilities is key before we take on any projects.
Yeah, agree. Completely.
Yeah, but these like, Tommy said.
Yeah, we can definitely start brainstorming.
Yeah, sometimes it would help too if there's if you want to kind of lay out like specific focus or is just kind of more open-ended, because that could be, a long discussion, right? So,
We can put on driverless cars and then getting to
Trial of driverless cars.
presentations on these major companies on their government.
right, I know like in the minutes from the last meeting, right, there was a item about inviting Venmo to come in to do a
It's
presentation.
the same.
So similar,
Similar.
okay, so in that line of presentations from companies in the industry.
So when more.
Yeah.
Forward.
Come and present, yes.
What's the first one you said before that?
Zoops.
But also inviting major companies to come and present about their government programs.
Zoox is doing a trial in San Francisco,
Yeah,
Foster City.
they're
Or they're
running
in
it.
Foster City too.
Yeah, that's
couple of
what
cities.
the red cars is.
Yeah.
They're running
So
it in many-
Cupertino will be a good extension. So I used to work with ISA once. I can,
I know some people at Zoox. I
Yeah.
can sort of.
ISA is the CEO.
Go through there as well.
She was the senior VP at Intel.
Where, at Zoox.
ISA is the Juke CEO.
Okay.
Yeah. She's IT and Dexter and better.
If you can somebody spell Zooks for me?
Yes. It's Amazon
Zoo will
subsidiary.
capital X at that.
Cruise, I think, hasn't restarted yet, right?
No,
They're still having an issue.
Yeah.
I do. I tried 3 spellings, all of which were already companies, but a
Z-O
different one is
ZOX.
Yeah, I found that now.
okay.
All of variations also taken by different companies. This is just a
Yeah.
techie combination
Yeah.
of syllables.
But Waymo is the most advanced.
Right. That's
Okay.
They are in like lots of metros.
Zoox is a subsidiary of Amazon.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Amazon bought them.
Yeah.
Any other items or so I have just to clarify, discuss the cybersecurity, kind of a public education seminar, events, update on AI, mini code updates and brainstorming projects, which may include driverless cars and other presentations from major.
I think that's pretty good. Thank you so much, Tom.
All right.
Meeting, John, John.
Chairman Hunty has adjourned the meeting at 8:06 PM.
Very prompt for us, actually.
Yeah.